Yeah.
Yes, good morning, dear students. Good morning, dear students. Okay, in today's class, we will discuss about LC branch and bond, least cost branch and bond. This is a technique in branch and bond in our chapter 6. So, in our chapter 6, the branch and bond, the method, see the syllabus are the topics in our chapter 6. The branch and bound, the method, least cost search, the 15 puzzle problem as an example, The 15th puzzle problem as an example, control abstraction for LC, least cost search, bounding, FIFO, branch and bound, least cost, branch and bound, 01 knapsack problem, LC branch and bound, solution, FIFO, branch and bound, solution, traveling salesperson problem. So these are the topics in our chapter 6. So the topics, some of the topics already covered up to bonding. Now we will discuss in this class about LC branch and bound technique. So before going to the topic, first we will discuss the concepts. Okay, what is a branch and bound, branching function and bounding function, job sequencing with deadlines using branch and bound, cost and upper bound for each node in state space tree, LC, branch and bound. So these are the topics to be covered in today's class. Okay, now see the next one. What is a branch and bound? It is an algorithm design technique for discrete and combinatorial optimization problems as well as the mathematical optimization. So a branch and bound algorithm consists of a systematic enumeration of candidate solutions by means of state space search. So we are using the state space search and enumerating the candidate solutions. What is a state space search? In our branch and bound, we are creating a tree with the root node and we are considering the all the possible paths from the root node to reach your solution node. So all the possible solution nodes we can find. Suppose if any of the path is not reaching the solution, we need to predict, we need to estimate depending on the cost, and we can avoid that particular path in our search to find the solution. So the set of candidate solutions is thought of as forming a rooted tree with the full set at the root. The algorithm explores branches of this tree, branches of this tree, which represent subsets of the solution set. So before enumerating the candidate solutions of a branch, the branch is checked against upper and lower estimated bounds. See, we are using the upper and lower estimated bounds, upper and lower estimated bounds on the optimal solution and is discarded if it cannot produce a better solution than the best one found so far by the algorithm. Now see the branching function and bounding function. It has a branching function which can be a depth first search, breadth first search, or based on bounding function. So branching function can be a DFS, BFS, or based on bounding function. Now it has a bounding function. So we have the branching function and bounding function. What is bounding function? Which goes far beyond the feasibility test as a mean to prune efficiently the search tree. So search tree, in the search tree, suppose any of the path not reaching the solution, will not reach the solution, will never reach the solution, then we can cut that particular path. So branch and bound refers to all state space search methods in which all children of the E node are generated before any other live node becomes the E node. Already I explained what is a lower bound. Now see our state space tree corresponding to a variable tuple size formulation for the problem job sequencing with deadlines. So before going to this state space tree, we can check what is what is our job sequencing with the deadlines problem. Okay, what is this job sequencing with the deadlines? So first of all, i- generally, job sequencing with deadlines is a problem relating with maximization problem. Okay, our branch and bound, our branch and bound problem. Okay, for an example, as an example, optimization problem. Consider okay, as an example optimization problem. Consider the job sequencing with deadlines problem. So what is here? Okay, dear students, we have the optimization problem. This optimization problem, job sequencing with the deadlines is a maximization problem. That is, we need to consider the maximum profit. But in the case of branch and bound technique, this is a optimization problem. This uses the minimization case, minimizing the objective functions. So that is why we need to consider the job sequencing. In that the given value is penalty value. So we consider the penalty of the job which is not completed within the deadline. So based on the penalty, we are calculating the cost and upper values at each node of the state space tree. Okay, now we generalize this problem to allow jobs with the different processing times. We are given n jobs under a processor. Each job I has associated with it a three tuple pi and di ti. What is pi? So what is pi? Pi is penalty. Pi is penalty and PI is penalty and TI is the time taken for each job. Okay, DI is the PI is the penalty and DI is the deadline for completing the job. So job requires JNOD requires TI units of processing time if its processing is not completed by deadlines DI. Okay, see the example, that is job sequencing with deadline. We generalize this problem to allow jobs. So we generalize this problem to allow jobs with different processing times. We are given n jobs. We are given n jobs under a processor. Each job I has associated with it a three tuple pi, di, ti. So job requires ti units of processing time. Okay, job requires T1 units of processing time. TI units of processing time. If its processing is not completed by some deadline DI. DI is the deadline. See, we have PI, DI, and TI. DI is the deadline, and TI is the time, that is the processing time for a single processor, and pay is the penalty of that particular process, ith process. So what is the, if its processing is not completed, suppose that particular job is not ith job, processing is not completed within deadline di, then there is a penalty, pi is incurred. Okay, the objective is to select a sub job j of the n jobs, subset of the jobs of the n jobs, such that all jobs in j can be completed by their deadlines. Hence, a penalty can be incurred only on those jobs not in j. What are the jobs not in j? On that, some penalty is incurred. So the sub-jobs should be such that the penalty incurred is minimum among all possible subsets J. Such a J is optimal one. So what is required here? We need the penalty. Penalty, the if the job is not completed within a particular time, then there is a penalty. So this penalty, see here, should be reduced. Penalty incurred is minimum, should be minimum. Okay, should be minimum among all possible subsets of j, such as j is optimal one. So j is a optimal. Now see, next one, job sequencing with the deadlines. So consider the following instance. N equal to 4. N equal to 4 means number of jobs are jobs are 4. 4 jobs are given. You need, what is our aim target? You need to minimize the penalty on the jobs. Okay. So Pi Di Ti is equals to 5 1 1. What is 1? The processing time is 1 unit. Di deadline, that is 1. So this Pi is a penalty 5. So if the job is not completed in 1 unit of time, then there is a penalty uh, is 5. So P2 D2 D2, that is 10 3 2 for the second job. For the second job, T2 time is 2 units of time. Within 2 units of time, you need to complete. So D2 is the deadline given for 3 3 hours. Okay, within 3 hours, the job 2 should be completed. Okay, P2 is the penalty if the job is not completed within 3 hours. Okay, like this P3 D3 T3 and P4 D4 T4. So what is the solution space for this instance? Consists of all possible subsets of the job index set. That is 1 2 3 4 are the 4 jobs given. For each job, time of processing, CPU time of processing required for completing the job, and deadline and penalty are given. So there are 4 jobs: job 1, job 2, job 3, job 4. We need to consider state space tree. Based on that, you need to create, you need to find out the minimum value. Minimum penalty, with the minimum penalty, you need to select the jobs. So the solution space can be organized into a tree by means of either of the two formulations used for the sum of subsets problem. Sum of subsets problem. Okay. Now minimum cost answer node. What is the minimum cost answer node? We need to find. We need to find minimizing, since our branch and bound technique we are using for minimization, for optimization. So minimum cost answer node to be found. So figure corresponds to the, in the figure given, already given the state space HT figure. This is the figure. Okay. Corresponds to the variable tuple size formulation, when figure square nodes represent infeasible subsets. In figure, all non-square nodes are the answer nodes. So just check in the figure, you can easily understand. See here, we have square nodes and non-square nodes. Square nodes and non-square nodes. See, these are square nodes, square node, square node, square node. These nodes never reach the solution. These are infeasible. So we will not consider these paths. Okay. So square nodes, what is the meaning of square nodes? Given in the figure. So corresponds to the variable tuple size formulation. While in figure, square nodes represent an infeasible, that is infeasible subsets. Infeasible subsets. All non-square nodes are answer nodes. So node 9 represents an optimal solution and is the only minimum cost answer node. For this node, j equal to 2 comma 3 and the penalty cost is 8. Now check in the figure, we have j equal to 2 comma 3. j equal to 2 comma 3. So node 9 is giving the answer node. That is the only answer node with cost. Okay, 8 minimum cost. And the only minimum cost answer node. For this node, j equal to 2 comma 3 and the penalty cost is 8. We can define a cost function C for the state space formulation. So in this figure, we can find out what is the cost at each and every node and what is the upper bound at each and every node. For any circular node x, C of x is the minimum penalty. Okay. Now we can, for any circular node x, C of x is the minimum penalty corresponding to any node in the subtree with root x. The value of C of x is equal to infinity for a square node. In the figure, when you observe the square nodes, the value of the cost, that is the C of x is the cost with minimum penalty. Okay, that is a cost function. So cost function is infinity for a square node. Square node means that is a infinity. So it is these are infeasible, will not reach the solution. Now see the job sequencing with deadlines. The problem is given in the form of a table. So we have the jobs 1, 2, 3, 4. In the job index, we have the 4 jobs and the penalty of each job if the job is not completed within that particular deadline. And the deadlines are given and time of processing each job. Suppose job 1 takes 1 unit of time, job 2 takes 2 units of time, job 3 takes 1 unit of time. Suppose if job 2 is not completed within the deadline 3, then the penalty is 10. Like this, you can understand easily the table, the values given in the table according to job sequencing problem. So this problem can be solved by dynamic programming or greedy method. Already we discussed there are different design techniques for the algorithms for solving the problems, that is dynamic programming and greedy methods. Already we discussed. So the problem can be solved by dynamic programming or greedy method. We are now solving by branch and bound. We are now solving by branch and bound. But one thing, branch and bound can solve minimization problems. Already you know, branch and bound can solve only minimization problems, but not maximization problems. So that is the problem with the branch and bound. So penalty means we have to pay. We will not gain, but we lose. Already you know, penalty means we are losing the value amount. Okay, problem is to select the jobs and finish them within their deadlines such that penalty is minimized. If we finish the jobs within that particular deadline, then we can minimize the penalty. Our aim is to minimize the penalty and solve the problem. So cost and upper bound. For each node, we need to calculate cost and upper bound. What is the cost and what is the upper bound? Upper bound for each node will be sum of all the penalties except that included in solution. So sum of all the penalties except that included in solution is the upper bound. Whereas cost is the sum of all the penalties till last job you can say. So till last job, what are the penalties? We are summing it. That is cost. So we need to find cost and upper bound. Penalties are added. So in the state space tree, for the first node, C cap, that is estimated cost, is equal to 0. See, check in the first node. First node is, what is the first node here? Okay, this is the first node. See, in the first node, C cap is equal to 0. C cap equal to 0 means that is no cost. Okay, now what is the value? Okay, so for the first node, C cap is equal to 0 and upper bound is infinity. Upper bound is, we need to consider. So upper always infinity, the initial value. Initial value of upper is equal to infinity. It is needed to be updated. We need to update each and every time. Suppose in the next node, if the upper value is less than infinity, then you can take that particular value. Like this, we are updating each and every time the upper variable. Upper variable. If job 1 is included at node 2, what is the cost? Now check in the node 2. So nothing is skipping. We are not skipping any job at node 2. We have considered only job 1. So the cost is C cap of 2, that is equal to 0. When first job is in solution, suppose first job is in solution, consider remaining jobs penalties. Remaining jobs penalties is the upper. Now see the remaining jobs penalties. Now see the remaining jobs penalties. See, one is the our node in the diagram, in the figure. Now one is expanded. One is expanded. Then you got 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 nodes. Okay. At 2, what is the cost? Initially it is 0. Now we consider the x1 equal to 1. X1 equal to 1 means first job is considered. We consider the first job. When you consider the first job, then what is the upper value here? Upper value means you are after job 1, what are the remaining jobs in our table? Check here in the table. After job 1, what are the remaining jobs and penalties? Remaining jobs are 2, 3, 4. So 10, 6, 3. Now add 10 plus 6 plus 3, that is equal to 19. So penalty is 19. Now update penalty. Since 19 is less than infinity, now update the penalty. So update upper as 19. So in this way, we can continue the process for all the nodes, and upper and cost we can calculate. So you can avoid the nodes 4 and 5. Since the cost is 15 here, but the upper value, that is limited to 14 here. So 14 is less than 15. That is 15, cost is greater than 14. So 4, node 4 is killed. This particular path is killed. We are not considering this particular path. Whereas, see, at node 5, the cost we have calculated, that is 21. This 21 is greater than the upper value 14. That is why node 5 is killed. Okay, we are not considering node 5, since at node 5, job 4 is considered. Okay, that is killed. Say at node 3, you can consider C cap penalty is equal to 5. Upper value except the second job, take penalties of all the jobs. When you take the penalties of all the remaining jobs, see in the table except job 2, take the penalties of remaining jobs 5 plus 6 plus 3, that is equal to, that is equal to 14. 14 is less than 19. Already we got the upper. Now you are updating the upper value, that is 14. Okay, in this way we need to calculate the upper and cost at each and every node. If the cost at any node is greater than the upper updated value, upper bound, then we need to kill that particular path. We will not consider from that particular node. Okay, in this way when you consider, we got the solution, that is, at node 9 the job 2 and job 3 are considered for both the jobs at node 9, 139. So you got the value, minimized value 8. So this is the solution you got. So in the LC branch and bound search for the tree, so just observe the figure. Will begin with the upper equal to infinity and node 1 at the first node. First E node. When node 1 is expanded, nodes 2, 3, and 4 and 5 are generated in that order. As in the case of FIFO BB, upper is updated to 14 when node 3 is generated. When node 3 is generated, upper is updated to 14, and nodes 4 and 5 are killed as C of 4 greater than upper and cost of 5 is greater than upper. Since cost of 4 is 15, that is greater than 14. Alage cost of 5 is 21, that is greater than 14. So both are more than the upper. So that is why 4 and 5 are killed. And now 2 is the node 2 is the next E node, as C of 2 is equal to 0 and C of 3 is equal to 5. Nodes 6 and 7 and 8 are generated and upper is updated to 9. When node 6 is generated, node 6 is generated, so node 7 is killed as C of 7 is 10 greater than upper. C of 7 is 10, that is greater than the upper value 9. So node 7 is killed. So node 8 is infeasible and so killed. Only live nodes now are nodes 3 and 6. 3 and 6 are the nodes, 3 and 6 are the live nodes. Node 6 is the E node, as C cap of 6 is equal to 0 less than C of 3. So both his children are infeasible. So node 3 becomes the next E node. When node 9 is generated, upper is updated to 8. So upper at node 9 is 8. So node 10 with C of 10 is 11 is killed on generation. So node 9 becomes the next E node. Its only child is infeasible. No live nodes remains. So the search terminates with node 9 representing the minimum cost answer node. So node 9 is the minimum cost answer node. So the minimum cost branch node of LC based is LCBB. Okay. Okay, thank you, dear students. The class is completed. Okay, if you have any doubts, please send the message in the chat box. Otherwise, those who have completed their work, they can leave the class. Those who are not having any doubts, they can leave the class. Thank you.